On everything I used to be, you're my rock of everything, my dear. Don't let me supercharge you. Let me supercharge you. You gotta let me. You gotta supercharge you. Let me supercharge you. Let me supercharge you. Let me supercharge you.
После встречи сегодня все вопросы обсудим.
We have challenges, we have obstacles that we need to overcome in our lives, but as we all know, it's not what happens to us in our lives, it's how we react to it, what we do with it. And today I want you to meet an individual who has overcome enormous challenges in his life, and he travels the world and helps people everywhere have better lives. And he has put together a system that is truly life-changing. And by way of video, I want you to meet the one and only Skip Archimedes.
Skip was a competitive gymnast who overcame serious illnesses, a coma, allergies, a family breakup, obesity and depression to become a gymnastics champion. Then, during training, he experienced a living nightmare and broke his back. Doctors and specialists said he would never walk again. Unwilling to accept this fate, and inspired by Bruce Lee, he discovered forgotten secrets and used the power of his body, mind and spirit to heal. 18 months later, he had returned to become the English acrobatics champion. He went on a worldwide quest to meet and work with international natural health experts to discover how to harness the miraculous abilities of the human body. Armed with these secrets and wisdom, he has worked with Sir Richard Branson, Tony Robbins, Sir Andrew Lloyd Webber, and is now a transformational coach to the rich and famous. An internationally acclaimed speaker, author, recognized expert on TV shows, in magazines and newspapers globally. Having trained thousands of people at his live events around the world, he has dedicated his life to helping people like you overcome physical, nutritional, emotional, and spiritual challenges. Imagine looking younger, feeling younger, and living a life of health, happiness, and vitality at any age. Discover how Skip can help you set yourself free and become the best you can by activating your mind, body, and spirit.
We're so honored to have him with us on the program today. Skip Archimedes. Skip, welcome. Good to have you here, my friend.
Pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
First of all, you've been labeled the Miracle Man. And
not by me.
No. Others have called you the Miracle Man. Let's talk a little bit about, your path. You started as a competitive gymnast, right?
Yeah.
And tell me what.
Good morning. Welcome to day 4 of the 5 masterclass sessions to Supercharge your 2021. Good morning, welcome, good afternoon, wherever you are. all around the world. And ladies and gentlemen, I would just like to say right now, give yourselves a round of applause because you are now over halfway through your journey. So give yourselves a round of applause. Yes, 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 yes. Well done, well done, well done. And look, we're over halfway now, so we are on the home straight. But don't forget, tomorrow, please be here at 9:30 because we're going to learn about universal power. More on that in a second. Let's review yesterday first. So type in the chat right now because we have gone through so much stuff this week. Let's review yesterday. So type in the chat right now, what was your biggest takeaway? Your biggest takeaway from yesterday. Let us know, let us know, let us know. Type it in the chat and we will come in and have a look. Oh, me, thanks. The VIP ticket, amazing, amazing. Controlling what goes in the mind, exactly. That is amazing. Do we have any more takeaways? Amazing. Don't let anyone pull my high vibrations down. Well done, well done. Love that one. Celebrate like a kid. Amazing. Yeah, Skip says, keep the kid within you. Be childlike, not childish. Having a powerful mindset, take action every day. Amazing. So with that as well, we always have to be aware of our challenges. Awareness is always the first point of change. So type in the chat what your biggest challenges from yesterday's session were. So the things that you found hard. So type that in the chat right now. Be real to yourself. Awesome. Keep it real. I love it. Blocking negative thoughts. Great one, Mike. Course cost. Okay. Remember with that, you are your greatest investment. And the thing with that is, one thing that I've learned is, are you worth at least £67? If there's always a will, there's always a way. And if you have any questions, feel free to email me, james@skiparchimedes.com, and we can have a conversation to see how we can help. Matching feelings and thoughts, make money from scratch, amazing subconscious thoughts. Awesome, guys. That's great, great awareness. And now we're going to be going into relationships. Today is all around creating deep, meaningful relationships. So creating relationships are going to help your life flourish. So who is excited for today? Put in the chat, yes, with a scale of 1 to 10. So 1 being, oh, I'm not excited at all, I don't even want to be here. And 10 being like, this is the single most important thing in my life. Yes, 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 I'm ready to go. Yes, 10, 8, yes, 10, 10, 10, 10, 9, 8. Awesome, awesome. Love this, absolutely. So many 10s are like, oh, boom, 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 boom. Love it, well, well done. And as the saying goes, you know, who you hang around is who you become. And champions play full out no matter what. And making sure that you show up for tomorrow, the single most important day. Tomorrow you're going to learn how to compound all 4 days previously into this one thing. Without universal power, without spirit, without soul, we're missing 99.9% of what we are. So please make sure that you are here at 9:25 tomorrow. So make sure you're here 5 minutes early because Skip tomorrow is going to be going through some amazing stuff. And tomorrow at the very, very end of the session, he's going to be sharing something pretty cool with you. So today is all around creating great relationships, and it all starts with ourselves. So what I'm going to invite you guys to do is we're going to stand up. Make sure you stand up with energy this time. Make sure we stand up because what we're going to do, we're born to move. We're human beings. We're not humans. Let's sit and be, sit and be still. We're human beings. We're born to be. We're born to move. And now we're going to get activated, but in a super fun way. And the track that we're going to use is the Rocky track. We all know the Rocky track. And if you don't know the Rocky track, or Rocky is all around human spirit. It's all around really tapping into things within you that are bigger than yourself, but also having so much fun along the journey. It's all around tapping into becoming the best version of yourself. And when we do this, really connect to that inner spirit within you. Because when we move, remember when we were a kid, we moved, we was at the playground, we had fun. So when we do this, please, please, please let go of inhibitions. Have a little bit of fun. And remember, play full out. You know, if I'm doing a little bit of boxing with you, give it your best. You know, really do your best because the better you do, the better your results are going to be. So I'm going to quickly show you the combo just now. So all we're going to do, just roll the shoulders around, get nice and loose. So all we're going to do is just a nice light jump. And all we're going to do is we're going to have a guard up. So this is called your guard. So this is kind of like when you've got challenges coming up. This is how the boxers deflect all the problems, right? This you having your guard up is like you deflecting problems in life. So all we're going to do is going to do one simple jab and then a cross. Yeah? Do you got that? So just follow me. So we're going to go jab, cross. We'll do it one more time, okay? Jab, cross. And then we're going to flip turn on the other side. Learn how to take life from all angles. So dial up again, do it nice and slow. So jab, this is called a jab, and then a cross. Yeah? You got that? Awesome. And then one more time, let's practice it together. 1, 2. Awesome. Cool. We'll do one more for luck. One more for luck. Ready? 3, 2, 1, jab, cross. Woohoo! Give yourselves a round of applause. Yeah! So, when I play this track right now, just get lost in the music. Have a little bit of fun. Because we're going to welcome in Skip during that song. And we're going to raise the roof. And we're going to have so much fun today. So, if you're ready for today, give me a yes. We probably can't hear you, but give us a yes. Yes. Woo! Awesome, cool. So, oh. So, here we go. So guys,
If not, then stand up for your dreams and
get stood up, get nice and light, get nice and jumpy, and we're going to do 3 on each side. So ready? 1, woo! Again, give it your all, 2, woo! Amazing, last one. And when we are at the end, we're going to do a yes, to reaffirming yes that we're here today. So I'm going to go 3, 2, 1, we're going to go jab, cross, yes. Ready? 3, 2, 1, yes! Woo! Give yourselves a round of applause. On to the other side. So, when we do this, focus on our target. Focus on what we want. Focus on the results that you're going to get in your life. The relationships, the money, the manifestations. So, we're going to go in 3, 2, 1, bang. Focus on the target. We're only going to do a yes on the very last one. Are we ready? Focus. 3, 2, 1, jab, cross. Woo! Awesome, good, so good. Last one, guys. When we do this last one, now we're going to go jab, cross, yes. Amazing. Are we ready? 3, 2, 1, jab, cross, yes. Woo! Give yourselves a round of applause. So, arms up, over to one side, over to the other side. Amazing, guys. Get nice and loose now because Skip's going to come in. So, do some lumbar twists. Do some lumbar twists and just jump on the spot so we're nice and light. And what we're going to do is just clap our hands and then Skip's going to come in. And Skip can feel your energy. You can feel your energy. If you're not raising the roof to the best of your ability, you've only got yourselves to hold accountable. So, we're going to start clapping, guys. And ready. So please welcome the Miracle Man, Skip Archimedes. Awesome job. Good job, man. Everyone, a big round of applause. Yes. Well done. So let's get some energy in the body. Inhale. And stretch it over to one side. Stretch it over to the other side. Lean back. Lean forward. Give me a nice loud moan. Oh. Good. So just turning the body, twisting the body, getting rid of some of those stuck energies that are in the body. Beautiful. And hands on your hips, circling your hips now. Beautiful. Beautiful. Feeling good in this moment and changing that direction. Remember, today is around relationships. Relating to this body in a beautiful way. So one leg up, let's stretch that leg. Beautiful. And stretching the other leg. Bringing that leg, squeezing it in. Beautiful stuff. And again, nice breath into the body. Stretching up nice and tall on your tiptoes. Feeling energy in your body. And then now we're just going to start climbing that mountain because we've got a mountain in front of us that we need to climb. So let's start climbing that mountain. Let's start climbing. Let's enjoy how we become strong on the journey. Beautiful. See yourself becoming stronger. See yourself becoming happier. See yourself becoming more energized. Good. Okay, take a deep breath in. Bringing your hands down to this thing that pumps in your body, your heart. Sending love out to your body, sending love out to your loved ones, sending love out to life. Sending love to everybody who's here with us right now. And of course, sending love to you. So give yourself a round of applause. Take a seat. Feeling awesome.
Okay, today, woo, we have a journey for you today. Oh my God, we've got such a beautiful journey. So, with that in mind, we need to understand where we've come from. So let's remember, let's recap. I want to make sure I keep recapping our teachings so that you understand how powerful each day is. Tomorrow, I keep saying it, tomorrow is where you understand how miracles can be born. You all said at the beginning that you want to create a life of miracles. Tomorrow is where we put it all together and it's just going to make sense and you will understand the whole recipe. You'll understand the whole formula. So, day one. Type in the chat, what was day one around? What was day one around? Come on, remember. What was day one around? Type it in the chat, let me know. Some go in energy, some go in immunity, all around, yeah, body and food, absolutely. All to do with the physical stuff. The physical stuff, how we move this physical thing, how we feed this physical thing. Two things we need to understand and we need to implement properly. Now, remember, on Supercharge Your Life, we go into so much more depth around this. I'm giving you as much as I can in this short time that we have. But where this is information, you want to get activations. That's what we do on Supercharge Your Life. Day two, what did we do around day two? What did we learn around day two? Because without having this awareness, we're not going to learn anything. Mind. Focus on positive thoughts, the power of the mind. Beautiful stuff. Perfect. So understanding that this thing that you've got in your head, it's so powerful. But if we don't take control of it, if we don't focus it, if we don't get in the driving seat, we know what's going to happen. Your mind is going to take you into places where it's going to be disempowering, where you're going to get deactivated. What do we want for the body and the mind? Do we want activation or deactivation? Type that in the chat. What do we want? Do we want to be activated or deactivated? You guys are getting it. Look at this. Activations. I want to be activated. Perfect. So this is where, again, on Supercharge Your Life, if I'm going through today, and I know that there were some people who had problems in the payment, don't worry, we will get to that at the end. I've got a lot of content, a lot of stuff that I want to get through today. For those of you that couldn't pay on credit cards, don't worry, we have a PayPal option we sorted out, but I'll go through that with you at the end, but I want to get through this content with you first. So, we know we need to be activated. Now, we've gone through creating the body that you deserve. We've gone through harnessing the power of your mind. What did we go through yesterday? What was day 3 around? Come on, yeah, put passion in what you love, 100%. We want to make sure that we're earning money in ways where we get to put our heart, our soul, our passion into the things that we're doing. Otherwise, here's the biggest trap. Please listen to what I'm now about to say. If you don't put your heart and soul and your passion in what you do, this could be the biggest trap that you fall into. Listen carefully now. There have been studies done around the world, many studies. There is a time, now we understand that we do not want our body to break down. If you give your mind and your body what it needs from a movement point of view, from a nutritional point of view, and from an activational point of view, like the processes that I take people through, there's no one I know around the world doing processes like this because they got created through me. Now, it doesn't mean that that's the only way. It's a way that we know that works. There are other ways, of course there are. But here's the biggest trap. The biggest trap. So first of all, we do not want our body to be deactivated, so we don't want the body to break down. Guess what the first sign of a heart attack is? Guess what the first sign of a heart attack is? We've got to learn how to relate well to our own body and mind as well. Because we're talking about relationships in general. Relationships with ourselves. Relationships with other people. Relationships with life. Relationships with our career. Relationships with so many areas of life. We've got to learn how to relate to those areas in ways that it becomes empowering to us. So, with that in mind, now, guess what? And I said, what is the first sign of a heart attack? And you guys have written things like, right, tightness in the chest, the left side goes down, stress. Here's the first sign of a heart attack, the heart attack. There's no precursor in today's world. It just happens. Guess when most people have a heart attack? There's a specific time. There have been all these studies done around the world, and in these studies they realize that there's a specific day and a specific time when most people have a heart attack, and guess when it is? Look at this. Some of you guys are getting it. It's Monday mornings between 8:30 and 9 a.m. What do most people around the world do between 8:30 and 9 a.m. in a normal unlockdown world? What are most people doing at that time? They're getting ready to go to work, or they're on their way to work, which means what? Their work has literally killed them. And here's what I want to tell you. It's got nothing to do with the work. It's got to do with the meanings that the individuals pinned on that work. Because you could go and take someone who, I'll give you an example, like cleaners who clean our house. Oh my God. They walk around, they got music on, they're having a party. And I'm like, do you enjoy doing this? Oh my God, I absolutely love leaving places better because I've been there. But yet somebody else, they will take on a different energy doing the same work. So what we need to do is we've got to be in control of our energy when it comes to making money, making sure that we do not do it with resistance. So what we should have got from yesterday is to make sure that we find love and passion in the things that we do, or in new things that we may want to do. And this is again why we want to open you up to experience Supercharge Your Life, because the processes that I'll be taking you through, when I've been talking about frequencies, tomorrow we're going to get into frequencies and understanding energy frequencies, universal frequencies. We're going to understand human frequencies. We're going to understand so much so that you can start to know it's possible to get into these higher frequencies so that we can go into these higher states of consciousness, so we start to make better decisions so that we get better results in life. If you want the best results in life, say, Skip, I want the best results. Just type that in the chat, because we've got to be hungry for more. We've got to be hungry for change. We've got to be hungry to want to grow and become more. Otherwise, life is not going to feed us. So, look at this. You guys want the best results. Perfect. You're in the right place. I'm so happy you're here. So, with that in mind, understanding that truth, what we now need to do is understand that we cannot get through life without relationships, without mastering relationships. And as I said, it's with ourselves, it's with our family, it's with our work colleagues, it's with our loved ones, it's with anybody that we connect with flat out, right? Even if it's a total stranger. Are you going to then go and give that total stranger the best version of you or the worst version of you? Wouldn't it be better? Could you just imagine how your life would turn up, or would turn out, if you showed up and you gave those? You're going to make mistakes. I'm not saying you're going to be perfect. We don't want to be perfect. We all want to be able to learn and grow from our mistakes. But what would happen if everyone that you came in contact with, you decided, right, I want to give this person the best version of me? Do you think that by changing that one thing, that your life could change? Just by changing that one thing. Type it in the chat, let me know. 100%. Now, this is what I want you guys to understand. That if you guys decide to come and work with me, there are side effects that I need to tell you about. If you take medication, if you have a relationship where with food or with life, where now you've created certain habits so your body's breaking down, and you get medication, they have to warn you on the side effects. And the side effects on medication now is that they can write death in that medication. And we now know that the third leading cause of death on planet Earth is the correctly prescribed medication. So the answers, I don't believe, are in the drugs. I believe the answers are in our lifestyle. But you have to decide for yourself. Now, if you do decide to come and work for me, I have to warn you against the side effects. Now, the side effects are, you will slow down your aging process. You will start to look and feel younger. You will boost up your immune system, which should be the number one thing that you focus on right now. You're going to have more energy. You're going to learn how to create more opportunities. You're going to learn how to manifest more money. You're going to learn how to create better relationships. You're going to learn how to add more adventures and play into your life. You can learn how to have more love, more creativity, more productivity, more happiness, more confidence, more balance, and the list goes on. So, one person that I want to show you is my own mum. Now, there is no doubt that what we've gone through in this whole COVID chapter, it's forced people to be with families, and especially here in the UK, there's a lot of homeschooling going on now. And what this chapter has done is it's put more pressure on families. Now, if you squeeze someone, guess what's going to come out? What's inside, what they've been programmed with. It doesn't necessarily mean that's the core, that's who they are. If you squeeze someone and stress comes out, what's coming out is the program that's gone in, the conditioning that's gone in. What I truly believe, and we will get to this tomorrow, because I've been on the receiving end of prayer of something that's non-visible and non-physical and non-visible, that there's a power that we have that is not seeable by the human eye. And you might have it with a feeling. This is why when Bruce Lee taught me something and he said, don't think, feel, so powerful, so powerful. When I heard that, it just resonated with me, and I was like, wow, I'm always thinking. And I worked out that most of my thoughts were negative. And I didn't want those thoughts. I wanted to disassociate from those thoughts. I wanted to relate to a better part of me. Now, when I saw my mum, literally operation, she was in and out of hospital, many different operations, high cholesterol, low blood pressure. She couldn't walk from one side of the room to the other without being in hardcore pain because of all the arthritis that she had, which is basically a buildup of acid in the bones. Remember on Monday, when we went through nutrition and I spoke about you can have certain foods, because we're talking about relationships with everything, with food, with people, with yourself, with life. We've got to understand how are we relating to all areas of our lives. So with Mum, she was connected to an area where she was relating to food in a way where a lot of the stuff that was going in, it created acid. That acid was what was getting stuck in the joints of her body, and it stopped her from being able to move without being in serious pain. So Mum, she comes. I get Mum to come to one of the events, and she turns into an absolute adventure queen. After that event, this new lease of life, this new energy came in. And in that new energy became a new life. And it was the best thing I've ever witnessed with my own eyes since I started getting into sharing the teachings that I now share with people all over the world. Because I can tell you now, to be able to transform thousands of people every single year at our live events, but to come back and see Mum getting bigger and bigger and bigger because she was overweight and she started eating for comfort. She started eating for an emotional reason. There's a relationship with food there that's disempowering. I had to reconnect her, or help her to reconnect to food in an empowering way. And this is what we want to be going through with you in Supercharge Your Life, to actually start to give you this experience, to start to give you what you need to give your body so that the body's not going to break down, so that the body is going to thrive. Now, when Mum got this, what do you think happens? Now, the reason I'm sharing this with you is because you've all got parents, aunties, uncles, brothers, sisters, people who are connected to you, from an older generation, friends, work colleagues. We all know people who are in their 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. What I'm here to tell you now is, with what I share, you're going to learn how to relate to people, not in low frequencies, but in high frequencies. If you've got a lot of people who are in relationships and they're doing this and they're creating these toxic relationships, and what they're doing is they're bashing up against each other, and it's just banging and banging, and it's heavy and it's hard. What happens is that connection is not with love. There's a connection there, and that's what they want. They want to be connected, but unfortunately, the program or the pattern that plays out in both of them is having the two of them connect in a low frequency. What we want to learn how to do is connect in a high frequency. So there's a process that we are going to anchor in at Supercharge Your Life. Now, on that event, we're going to be going through it with money, so that when you go into a higher frequency, what happens is you override any type of thought that the mind has in a lower frequency. In fact, let me ask you this question. What do you think has more power for life, a high frequency or a low frequency? Just type that in the chat. What do you think has more power for life, a high frequency or a low frequency? Okay, high frequency, great. This is what we're going to be going through tomorrow in a bit more detail. But I just want to let you know that there's a process that we do on Supercharge Life. You will go into this high frequency. From that high frequency, I will be asking you questions and I'll be pushing you while you're in this high frequency, so I get to squeeze you, and what's going to come out is the essence of who you are, not the programming that's on the surface level, not what your parents might have given you or society might have given you or what you think is the right thing to do. You think, remember, it's a thought. We want to connect to the feeling, and all of a sudden you go into this euphoric state and bam, I start asking you questions about what you're meant to be doing on this planet, in this game of life, and these answers start coming through you. I'm going to show you this with a client, just with a guy who was just like you, and he was at that event, Supercharge Life in Singapore, and he started writing all this stuff down. Then he put it into play at one of the events, and he manifested $320,000 the day after the event. Because now we're connecting and we're relating to more of life. He didn't even know this was possible. This is what I want to be sharing with you. So this is all about understanding that to main high performance demands, we've got to get the body, the mind, and the spirit all working in harmony. Remember those three engines, mind, body, spirit. Look at them as three engines, as three power centers. You want as much power breathing through you that adds more life to this crazy game that we all get to experience. And it's called life. And it's learning how to play the game of life better. Now, to do that, we need to understand something simple. You've got this thing beating in your chest. It's called a heart. Now, we know that your heart is more powerful than your brain. Outside of your heart, if you look at the picture on the screen, you've got this electromagnetic field coming out of your heart. Now, when you're in love with the things that you do, this is why you've got to learn how to put love and passion into your work. And Richard Branson said this to me. I remember when I had lunch with him. It was literally just him and me. And I was literally at his house. And there was an event that we was putting on at his house. And I said to him, look, you must be the most successful person I think I've ever met, that I've ever known. What's one of the secrets when it comes to like life and work? And he said, well, look, you're going to spend most of your life working. So you need to fall in love with what you do, because then you're never going to work a day in your life. And I thought, wow. I was trying to go and buy businesses and buy all these businesses and be on the businesses and make all this money, but have my heart and soul in it. And some of them won money, some of them lost money. And to be honest, if they won or lost, it didn't even really change who I was, because my heart and soul wasn't in it. When we put our heart and soul and our passion into it, this is why you feel the energy from me. So it doesn't matter whether you're in Russia right now, whether you're in Asia, whether you're in Europe, whether you're in America, Australia. We've got people from all over the world beaming in here. You will feel my heart and soul and my passion for people. That's where my heart and soul is to help people who love waking up to every single day. To live a life that even when they get challenged, they're in that driving seat. Even when they get challenged, they can still produce at super high levels so that they get that confidence within themselves. They get that self-esteem. They get that energy. And they get that creativeness that is going to produce the results that's needed. Whether you know it or not, you are creating your life. In fact, let me ask you this question. Do you know that you are the creator of your reality in this game of life? Just type yes in the chat if you know that to be true. Are you the creator of your reality in this game of life? Yes or no? Come on, type it in, yes or no. Of course, 100% yes. It's 100% yes. You are creating your reality. So, if that's the case, we need to make sure that what you create has your heart in it. Here's why this is so important. Look at this. you're 5,000 times stronger magnetically. What does that mean? When you're in your heart, when you are this thing here, that heart right there, when you're allowing love to come out of your heart through you into the things that you create in life, whether it's a relationship with a person, whether you're creating a meal, whether you are creating a business, whether you're creating an opportunity, whether you're creating a magical experience, whether you're going to go and create whatever. When it's got your heart in it and you put love into it, you're 5,000 times magnets. They go and they attract. Well, don't you want to be having such a heavy pull in this game of life that you start to attract opportunities? You start to attract better people. You start to attract more money. You start to attract a better experience in life because you are at the center of your experience in this game of life. It all goes through your body. It all goes through your mind. When you learn to pin the right meanings on things, where you put love into something, I'm not on about lying to yourself. I'm not on about where there might be a tough situation and you're just going to deal with it like everything's like unicorns and rainbows. No, I'm on about seeing things for the truth, but making sure that if you are creating something, what comes out of your creations has that feeling of love in it, because then it's going to have more power. 5,000 times more power magnetically than if you're just thinking your way through your life. Now listen to this number. This is where it gets interesting. You are an electrical being. You're an electrical system. You're on the hunt for electricity 24/7. That electricity is like energy. You're made of energy. You need that energy to go and create anything you want in life. More money, better relationships, a better mind and body, a better career, a better house, a better experience in life. Nothing is going to electrify you like passion. You put that heart and soul and that passion into it, and you put that love into it, you are now 100,000 times stronger electrically. You are an electrical system. If you go into fear, what do you think happens to your electricity? Does it go up or does it go down? If you go into fear, just one feeling. If you go into fear, what happens to the electricity that's pulsing through your body? Does it go up or down? Type it in the chat. Look at this. It goes down. You all know this stuff. All the answers that you need are in you. All I'm doing is I'm reframing things that I know you know in your heart, soul, but I'm asking them in certain questions where your brain goes, oh yeah, that makes sense. Because a lot of this are being brainwashed now to go into fear. Please, never, write this down. Never make a decision from fear. Please write that down. Never make a decision from fear. You make a decision from fear, guess what you're going to attract? More fear. What we need to do is when we need to make decisions, we need to get strong, we need to be balanced, we need to feel that love pulsing through our body, and then we need to get into a higher state, a higher level of consciousness, and then we make a decision. Otherwise, what will happen is you will make a decision and it's going to take your life in a direction where you don't want to go. And instead of going down that road, you've got to reverse all the way up that track, reverse, and then get back on the right road. What we want to make sure we do is we save time by making decisions with love. As it says, the heart is more powerful than the brain. So where do you want to live now? Do you want to live in your brain or do you want to live in your heart? Type it in the chat. Type it in the chat. Where do you want to live? Do you want to live in your heart or do you want to live in your head? Look at this. You're all saying heart. I want to live in the heart. I want to live in the heart. So then what we need to do now is we need to monitor that. We need to make sure when you bounce from your heart to your head and start to monitor, oh, am I making this decision for my head? Is it my brain that's telling me this now? Or is this something that I can feel? I can feel it in my gut. I can feel it through my heart. And now I'm going to fill the brain up with a stronger force. Look at that visual on the screen. Look at that tube torus energy that's coming out of you. We can monitor this using Kirlian photography. And if we get you to think about stuff in your head, there's an energy field that comes out and it's quite small. When we get you to go in your heart and we ask you to remember the same stuff, but now you've put a feeling on it, now this energy can go out and it's beyond what that picture is there. The truth is your energy can go around the world in a heartbeat. Let me explain what I mean by this. Have you had somebody who you've had an emotional connection with? Could be a parent, could be a lover, could be a brother or sister, could be a friend. And all of a sudden, you think about that person and it brings up a certain feeling, and literally, before you know it, in comes a text, in comes an email, in comes a WhatsApp, in comes a messenger, in comes a call, in comes some type of contact from that person, and you're like, oh my God, I was literally just thinking about you. The truth was, you was literally just feeling about them. Because with it just being a thought, there's no feeling. When there's a feeling, bam, that energy flies across the world, and it's like Wi-Fi. It's not limited. Look at you guys going, yeah, so true. Like, that's exactly what happens. This is why I start to get extraordinary results with people that come and work with me, because the people that come and work with me at our live events get the activations, they get the processes, so that we can start to use all these forces of nature so that we get to connect and relate to people as the best versions of yourself. One thing that I've wired myself up to do, and all the Ascended Masters will do this around the world, where whoever's in front of them, what they're seeing is the full potential of that person. They're seeing what's possible in that person. And this is why when I work with people, usually to begin with, I see stuff in them that they don't see yet. They're like, how do you see this? I'm like, because it's you as the greatest version of you. You've just forgotten who you are. And when we start to remember that identity, and we go through processes to get you to remember this, then all of a sudden you don't have to fake it till you make it. You get to become the best version of you every single step of the journey, because now you're putting your heart and soul into everything that you do. It's powerful beyond belief. So, where do you want to be? Heart or head? Type it in the chat. Let me know. Type it in the chat. Look at this, look, heart, 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 heart. Perfect. So now we need to realize that today is going to be the first day you're going to get to test this. You're going to get to see how many things happen throughout the day, that how long can you last in your heart, because things are going to happen throughout the day where all of a sudden, bam, something's going to get you back up in your head. Something's going to make you think, and it's going to detach you. It's going to stop you relating to your heart, and you're going to start relating to your head. So then we need to learn how to bounce back down. That's why we need daily rituals that have us go from the head to the heart. So super, super powerful. So this was how we did it with Kelvin. Now, when it comes to Kelvin, I want you to listen to what he says, because Kelvin was just like you. Now, Kelvin, he was having a challenging relationship towards money. Now, Kelvin came and worked with us, and within 1 day after, within 4 days after the event, with something, and he shared this with me on Breakthrough Mastery. He came and did an event with us called Breakthrough Mastery. When he was at Supercharge Your Life, what he did was he learned this one technique, and this one technique had $90,000 in his account within 4 days. Listen to what Kelvin says, because it wasn't about me giving him a strategy, me giving him a tool. Remember, all I had to do was sharpen his knife. I had to sharpen him, sharpen his sword. So now, when he's now sharp, all of a sudden, he went and redid some things that he tried in the past, but now he's doing them efficiently. He did them well, and all of a sudden, he was like, Skip, I'd given up on this stuff. He said, I totally gave up. He goes, you got me into this higher state at Supercharge Your Life. I went and committed to it. And that was, by the way, how he had afforded to come to Breakthrough Mastery. Now, this is what I want you to know. Breakthrough Mastery, people pay £2,000 to come to Breakthrough Mastery. It's a 3-day event. £2,000, that's 4,000 Sing dollars. Now, that may sound like a lot of money to you. However, if he went and manifested 90,000 from learning one technique, it's a no-brainer investment. So please listen to what he said, because he learned this from Supercharge Your Life, which some of you are going to be coming to enjoy yourselves.
It's really a breakthrough for me, actually. I never thought I could do it. And the surprising thing is, the end of the day, I feel energized, actually. I feel more energy and I feel great, actually. I feel more alert, more aware. It's something heartfelt. I feel that there's some source connecting to me, showing me, leading me the way. I lost it along the way, and for many years it never comes back to me. So I'm very touched by it. So of course, the most important breakthrough is the energy level that Skip gave me, the routine and the diet. Yeah, it will last me a lifetime and maybe save my life as well. Because I'm an energy level and people feel the difference in me. I'm closing some cases and everything, and I thought it's going to be a challenge. I feel very energetic. I meet my clients and the way I talk to them, the way I interact with them. Also, it helps me convincing them about what I actually say, and also they buy into my ideas. So from that, I closed a couple of transactions, and it's worth about $90,000 in commission. So actually, I make $90,000 in 4 days. Thank you, Skip. You changed my life. You changed my diet. You changed my energy level, and you connected with me in many ways, many levels. I can't thank you enough.
So that was Kelvin. Now, what it says at the bottom, it's not about your resources, it's about you becoming resourceful. Now, when we're talking about relationships, because this is how we make the magic of life happen. Now, again, this was Carmen after Breakthrough Mastery. I use this as an example because at Supercharge Your Life, this is where she came to me and she went, Skip, I felt like I'd given up. What you've just taught me, it got rid of all of her illnesses. It got, she won a global award. She started her own business. She fell in love and had a beautiful baby. All of this began after her first experience of Breakthrough Mastery. I want you guys to be able to understand that. I'll play Carmen's video. Now, please listen to watch. In fact, no, I'm just going to go through. I've got so much stuff I want to get through with you guys. If I have time at the end, I will play this video. But what I want you to understand is that she had to relate to herself better first. Then she had to relate to other people. Then she had to relate to money. Then she had to relate to her business. She had to build new relationships in all areas. And remember, all these videos are on our YouTube channels. If you want to see them, they're all on our YouTube channels. And in fact, no, I'm going to play it to you because I want you to hear it from her mouth. Remember, this is relationships with everything. Relationships with food. Relationships with any area where we go and build a connection. This is literally all areas of life. But you know what? I'm not going to play it. I've got so much to get through. I will play this. I'm going to play this one for you though. So this is Simon. Simon manifested 320K the day after the event. Now, this is where tomorrow we're going to be building a new relationship with universal power, universe intelligence. There is a force behind this game of life. You look at the picture in the top right corner, you see the universe. Now, there's that same energy that creates worlds and universes out there is the same energy that's breathing through you. It's the same energy that makes your heart beat. The challenge is we need to make your heart beat to a rhythm of life that allows you to grow and expand. Now, if you don't learn how to weather the storms, i.e. if you just want things to be perfect all the time, you're living in an illusion. Because things are never going to be perfect. You could build the perfect building, but in the wrong place at the wrong time, and all of a sudden nature comes and takes it out. We're seeing it happen now. There's a big storm coming through England at the moment, and they're saying literally thousands of people up north are going to be affected by it. So there is a force to nature, and there's a power to nature. And here's why. If we don't create that balance and that alignment, we're going to stay in our head. You're going to have all the enthusiasm, all the motivation, and you're never going to create a life of miracles because you're going to be out of alignment. What we need to create is this alignment so that we find this balance, we find this force, we find this energy, we find this power, and it breathes through us. Then we start to use it and channel it. And instead of us, remember I asked you yesterday, do you want to push yourself through life or do you want to be pulled through life? You said you want to be pulled. Absolutely. But what it means is when there's a block, then all of a sudden we can push because we've now got that power. But we are in flow. What we want to be in is what we call these flow states. That's why we need to be able to relate to life in a beautiful state. We need to be able to relate to life where beauty gets to be born through us. You are an artist and you are a creator, and there's nothing more beautiful than seeing something that someone's created and all of a sudden it connects to your heart and soul and it feeds you and it lights you up. Now, type in the chat now, what types of things have people created that you can relate to in a way that has opened up your heart, opened up your mind, opened you up to a good feeling? Type things in the chat. Let me know what types of things that somebody else has created or you've created helping others. This course, awesome. Yeah, songs, your creation, Skip, right here. A juice detox, poetry, being in love, helping kids, music. Look at all this, look. So all of these creations are coming through people. Is it possible that somebody could go and have a really challenging chapter, but they could go and use that challenge and create something that in that creation, they're starting to relate to the situation better. They're not becoming a victim, they're becoming a victor. Instead of them procrastinating, they're taking action. Instead of them being stuck in their head, they're now connecting with their heart, mind, and soul, the body, the mind, and the spirit. And they go and create something that would not have been created unless they got challenged. So now they're relating to the challenge, but instead of relating to it with resistance, they're relating to it by being in a flow state. Is that possible? Yes or no? Look at this. The yeses are flying up. Of course it is. So we must understand that in life, you're exactly where you are always. And wherever you are is where your life has taken you. And when you learn the tools and the strategies and the techniques, but you don't just learn them, you apply them again and again and again. This is why at Supercharge Your Life, we get to anchor this in. This is why those of you that are going to come on that weekend, I can tell you now, hands down, it will be one of the most powerful weekends that you've ever spent on this planet. Guaranteed. Because we're dealing with all three engines. We're dealing with your heart, mind, and soul. We're dealing where you will start to look at people through a different lens. You've heard this saying, beauty, in fact, write this down. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. What does that mean? You've heard me say it before. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Now, Simon, I remember Simon. He was at Supercharge Your Life in Singapore, and he went right to the front. Right at the front, and I was going for this process, which I'll be going through with you guys who come and do Supercharge Your Life, and we got everyone in this super peak state. It was the energy. Because remember, energy is going to win every single time. And this positive, creative, unbelievable energy came through. Remember Rachel, one of the Dragon's Den, who is advising everyone to upgrade to VIP? She was talking about the energy. She goes, oh my God, I've never felt energy like that in my entire life, Skip. This was something different. Now, when you have that energy pulsing through you, and then you make decisions from that place, you can't get to that place with just a thought. You need the body to be energized to be able to do it. You need the mind and the heart to be open to be able to do it. So Simon started writing all these things down. And at Supercharge Your Life, he came out with some things, and there were some people there who thought, this guy's crazy. This guy's saying stuff. He's dreaming. And if you have a doubting mind, if you have a mind that goes and to be a victim, those will be the thoughts that come up. Now, he was saying all that stuff, and I was like, wow, I hope he signed up to Supercharge Your Life, because if he signed up, based on what he's now saying, this guy is literally going to have miracles born through him. I found out he did sign up, came, and literally one day after the event, well, let's listen to what he has to say, because he manifested a $320,000 deal, and he's now gone on to be involved with, I think it's a $64 million deal, and all of this has happened in lockdown. There's nothing special about Simon, like there's nothing special about me. He's a human. Well, actually, there's a lot special about him, and there's a lot special about you and me. But what I mean is that there's nothing different compared to you or me. We all have a mind, we all have a body, and we all have a spirit. What I want to be able to do is to help you to connect to more of that so that you could start to manifest, maybe not results as big as this. You might get bigger ones. You might get lower ones. But what I want to show you is that if you trust me and you allow me to take you and to continue your journey with me, because that's what these 5 days should be, is an introduction into you investing in yourself. For you saying, you know what, life, I'm worth this. I want to carry on with Skip. And that's only if you resonate with me. If what I'm saying doesn't make sense, don't come and train with me. But what if it does resonate with you, then what I can say now is here we're scratching the surface. At Supercharge Your Life, we go in deeper. So you've all said that you want to create a life of miracles. So let's listen to what Simon has to say. The first video he sent me, he sent it to me the day after the event. Then when we were in lockdown, he then sent me another one. Because I said, Simon, keep doing what you're doing, because the momentum will carry on. And remember, as we start to get momentum, it's harder to always get momentum. But when we get that momentum and it's going faster and faster and faster, then to keep that momentum going, all we've got to do is keep pushing it. It's like that merry-go-round. To push it, it's going to be hard to begin with, but when we get it going, we just keep it going. And this is what he's been doing. So he went. Now, I got told that Simon was even questioning whether he could afford to do the event. And now he came and committed, and he did it, and he invested. Now, financially, he's in a completely different world, but also within his own mind and with his own body and his heart, he's in a different world as well, because now he's living a life of miracles. So let's have a listen to what Simon has to say. Please listen and tune into his words, because they're real, which means that they're powerful.
One of the biggest breakthrough that I had is yesterday, a day after my company was awarded a project, and our fees is 320,000. To me, that's an abundance miracle. Now, Skip is really an amazing trainer and coach. But with his training, he's a many never done before. So I'm very, very grateful to Skip because of his teaching. I literally feel the energy is coming up from my head, from both my palms, for at least half an hour. And I was feeling so much energy is coming up from me. And when he asked us to let go of our fears that doesn't help us, that stop us from going. So when I start to let go of my fears, like I'm not good enough, like procrastination, right? When I start to let go of that, I suddenly feel very empowered. So I was going on declining all the goals and missions that I had. And I still state my body cells anytime now, so that I can get into a state of high energy and more empowered to love and add value to people. One of the most amazing breakthrough that I have is this abundance energy. Yeah, I remember that immediately one day after the training, I got a job, and then the fees like is 320,000, and then this abundance energy just continue. Our targeted sales, right, the income actually has reached 2 million. 2 million. 2 weeks ago, I got another amazing news. Our company, for the first time, the total amount is going to be 66 million for 3 years. And over these 3 years, our fees is about 2 million. 2 million. Our company annual sales target has already reached 4 million. 4 million. So it's way above the 3 million that I have originally targeted for. Believing that it's possible. Yeah. Doing what's impossible become possible. Yeah. So I really want to thank Skip for helping me to receive this energy through his processes and all that, to like really let go of those energy that doesn't serve me, And then after that, I'm able to receive all the powerful, positive energy from the universe. For instance, for the universe, that I trust the universe, that everything is possible, right? So everything works for me. and then the energy of abundance keep flowing. The energy abundance is still flowing, is still coming. You know, it's all in me and flows through me and out of me.
Awesome. So as it says on the screen, it's time to start to believe it's possible. Now, I'm going to give you a formula to create a life of miracles, because this is what I want you to be able to relate to on a consistent basis. This formula that I'm now going to give you, it's not new. This stuff has been around for thousands of years, and the people who apply this formula are the ones that start to live a life of miracles. Now, when Simon spoke about the abundance continues, do you want to live a life of abundance or a life of lack? Just type that in the comments. Let me know. Do you want to live a life of abundance or lack? Because you're going to relate to each one. You're going to have a relationship either with abundance, or you're going to have a relationship with lack. It's black or white. It's light or day. Sorry, light or dark, night or day. So you're all saying abundance. Now the challenge is, not everyone is actually living it. So it starts with our desire, it starts with our intention. But then we need to learn, am I doing what I need to be doing on a daily basis to take the right action steps to be able to direct myself in a way where I can, first of all, I need to make decisions from abundance. Then I need to be open to be able to receive from abundance as well. Because when, in fact, I want to share this story with you because it's true. That when we was out in Singapore and we were running that event, I was taking everyone through a process. And as a speaker, now if I wasn't connected to the truth, I can tell you now, I'd have freaked out. Imagine this, I'm taking people through a process. In that process, people have out-of-body experiences, which means that their physical body stays down, but just like, hey, Wi-Fi 3G isn't in here, it's like a part of you, it rises up, and you can start to see things from universal eyes. You still see the physical body and mind down there, but you start to see things from a higher place, which means that you can start to be connected to something bigger than a mind that's limited with negative programming. So that programming is what's disconnecting people from the truth. So when we understand, right, I've got to make sure that I come from a place of abundance. I need to make sure that I come from somewhere where this force of life can breathe through me. Now for that, we need a formula. Because if we don't have a formula, what will happen is, I can guarantee this now, next time you are stressed, next time that you have fallen in a hole, or you've got your back up against a brick wall, or you've tripped up, or you're self-sabotaging yourself, or you're not getting the results that you want, I guarantee this, you're not applying this formula that I'm now going to share with you. This formula allows you to relate to yourself and others and life in some of the most powerful ways. I live this formula every single day. And I can guarantee, if there's something that isn't going well in my life and I keep tripping up against something, I come back to the formula and I'm like, wow, there is the answer right in front of me. I've not been doing this. I now need to apply this. Because if we're not getting the results that we want in life, who needs to change, us or someone else? Type it in the chat, let me know. If we're not getting the results that we want in life, who needs to change? Is it us or someone else? 100%. We have to take responsibility for our own experience in life. When we become the change, magic will be born through you. So just having the correct mindset is not enough. Day 2, we did mindset. We have to understand it, but just having the right mindset is not enough. Also, only visualizing yourself empowered, successful, looking and feeling younger, it won't happen without the correct and the consistent action. If you might, as I said, you might do the right thing at the wrong time, you don't get the results. You take a telephone number, you get one number around the wrong way, you dial it, you don't get the result. You take one ingredient when you're baking a cake, you change one ingredient, everything changes. So we need to understand that this formula that I'm sharing with you now, this is how you create a life of miracles. And next time that you may not be getting the results that you want, you bring it back to this formula and you'll say, right, what am I not doing? What do I need to change now? And all of a sudden, the answer will drop in, and you'll be empowered to go and do what's needed so that you can start to get the results again and again and again. Because if we point the blame at somebody else, if we accuse somebody else, what it does is it stops us from growing. If we say, right, okay, you're doing this and you're doing that, this is why I love spiritual teachers. When I was told I was never going to walk again, Confucius says this saying, and it's so powerful. And those of you that are coming on Supercharge Your Life, you're going to get my top 10 sayings from Confucius. And any single one of these sayings is life-changing. And those spiritual messages are in fact, they're probably even more powerful today than they was back then. Because now our planet is suffering because of humanity. Whereas now we start to create that balance and the alignment, and we start to feed life at a high level, then you're going to be in alignment with nature, and this is how you're going to start to have a life of miracles born through you. So are you ready for the formula and how to create a life of miracles? Let me know. Type yes in the chat if you're ready. Let me know, let me know. Okay, perfect. So step number 1. You've got to find a world-class coach and get immersion. Please write these down. What does this mean? Remember when I was doing gymnastics, I had a good coach to begin with. Then I broke my back, which was not the coach's fault, by the way. Totally my fault. But then when I came back and I got through the broken back, I found a world-class coach. This guy was 2 times world champion. That's why I became the English champion, because I had a world-class coach coaching me. What that did is it gave me a level of discipline that I never would have got unless I went through that experience. And that level of discipline has allowed me to go into different industries in life. And every industry we've gone in, and I'm not saying that there's anything special about me, I'm using this formula. Every industry we've gone in, we've become the leaders. We've become the champions of those industries. Why? Because we understand formulas. We understand that we need to get all 3 engines running, the body, the mind, and the spirit. And we get that running with everyone who's involved with what we're doing. Now you've created an army that breathes more life into this world. And it breathes life with a higher level of consciousness. Instead of people having this take mentality, we realize that the secret of living is giving. But who's the first person that you've got to give to? Come on, who's the first person that you've got to give to? Type it in the chat. So you only want to learn from people who live and breathe what it is they're teaching you. And what we're teaching you is how to supercharge your life, how to live a life of miracles. That's what Supercharge Your Life is all about. So the first thing, find yourself a world-class coach, get immersion. Second thing is to connect to empowering lifestyle habits. Because if you don't consciously choose empowering lifestyle habits, what you're going to realize is that there are certain habits, there are certain things that you do in life, you don't even have to think about it. You just do it because it's a habit. The challenge is a lot of those habits could be slowly taking life away from you, could be slowly connecting you to be a victim, can be connecting you to be a poor me, can be connecting you to waking up and not loving the life that you're living. And I know, because we don't want to be surviving, remember we want to be thriving. We asked you that question yesterday and you said, yeah, I don't want to survive, I want to thrive. Now for that, you need empowering lifestyle habits. Number 3 is you've got to find like-minded people. Now, if you come and do advanced trainings, guess what? You're surrounded with other people who want to invest in themselves, people who also do what's needed to take their life from whatever level they're playing at up to the next level and beyond. And when you start building relationships with those people, guess what? You start feeding each other in a higher frequency. There's nothing better than connecting people that you go through like our trainings with. Because now you've gone through certain processes and you get into a high vibe, a high vibration, a high state of consciousness. Now magic gets born up here. You have different thoughts, different ideas. You then go and take different action. Different things get created. You start to produce things differently. All of a sudden, you start creating better results because you are surrounded by people that also want to thrive in life, not people who just want to survive. So, number 4, Got to take action every single day. Without you taking action, nothing is going to change. Number 5 is invest in yourself. As you're earning money, there should be a certain amount of money that goes back into making sure that you are sharpening your sword, making sure that you're sharpening your knife. Otherwise, you're going to try and cut through things in life and you're going to have no impact. Or you might even have a bad impact because now, if you've got a blunt knife, now there's a mess going everywhere. Now you've got to go and use even more energy, even more time to go and clear up that mess. What if there was no mess? What if you could just cut through things and get the results that you wanted? That's where we want you to be. These 5 steps, I guarantee you use these 5 steps, you will start to crank up your experience in this game of life. Now, again, you know, some people are saying to me, Skip, can you come and mentor me individually? You know my prices. You know, I show you people with, whether it's celebrities, whether it's sports personalities, whether it's top CEOs. You've seen the people that I work to your future in a way where you now create an empowering future. For some of you, this is going to supercharge your life. Because at that weekend, when you commit to something like this, there's a part of you, your heart, your soul, your spirit is going to know that on these 2 days, you are going to learn things that you are going to use for the rest of your life that's going to take your life into the You're going to keep running default programs that don't work. We need to make sure that you are committing. Now, if it's not Supercharge Your Life, it's fine, but there needs to be things that you've got in your diary. It's kind of like this. Let me explain. Remember, I'm talking about feeling. Now, it's kind of like this, where let's say that you're a child and you're 5 years old, and you then say to your kids, hey kids, guess what? We're taking you to Disneyland. What type of feeling is going to come into those kids when you go and tell them, kids, we're going to see Mickey Mouse. We, in fact, did it with you, had breakfast with Mickey Mouse. So what types of feelings? Pure excitement. What else? Come on, type it in the chat. What type of feelings will you be feeling? Just by, yeah, happy, excited. All of these feelings are going to come up. Now, how come you created those feelings when nothing in that moment changed? You didn't receive any information from your visual. You didn't receive any information through smell, through touch. You created a feeling based on just some information going in through auditory. So why did you go and create pure excitement? Why did you become happy? Why did you get high energy? Because what you did was you visualized into the future, oh my God, I'm going to go and have breakfast with Mickey Mouse. Oh my God, I'm going to go to this big theme park. Oh my God, it's going to be so much fun. And all of that is going on your internal dialogue, whether you're aware of it or not, but that's what's going on. And now you've brought that excitement to the moment. What does that mean? Whatever you go and produce after that moment, whatever you go and create after that moment, is it going to get a better version of you or a worse version of you because you've now been told that you're going to go to Disneyland Paris or Disneyland in America? Is what you create after going to be better or worse because now you've received this good information? It's going to be better or worse? Type it in the chat. Is it going to be better or worse? Come on, type it in the chat. Let me know. Let me know. Of course. 100% out. This is what happens when we go through certain processes that supercharge your life. We're going to be anchoring you to ever, and you take back control of your true power because we're going to anchor it in you. We're literally going to program it in you so that when you go through a certain process after the event, and we'll show you how to do it, and it's bam! It's literally at the snap of a beat. It's literally like turning on a light switch and bam. Now here's the thing. You don't need to know how energy works or how electricity works to know that all you got to do is press that button and the light switch goes on. You have no clue how it's being dragged out the earth, how it's being put into certain systems so that now it can go and light your house up or put energy in your house. Most of you have no clue. In fact, most people around the world don't know how it works, but they know how to go and press the button. Wouldn't it be cool if we could do that with you, where literally, no matter what is going on, you literally get to press a button within you, and the button is done through a movement, and all of a sudden it triggers you to go into a certain state, and in that certain state, you're going to learn how to create magic. Would that be cool? That's one of the major things that we give you at Supercharge Your Life. It's literally you rewiring yourself so that nothing is going to be able to hold you back. And I literally mean nothing is going to be able to hold you back, because now you're taking control of your true power. Now, you've seen the results that I get with people. I create supercharged results. I help people create an extraordinary quality of life. Now, do you feel more alive? Yes or no? Type This is why I want you guys to understand most of what we've been doing in these 4 days, and it will be all 5 days, most of it is information. All we did then was 3 minutes just to get your heart pumping. Supercharge Your Life, this is, as I said, it's a game changer. Now, some of you, I know yesterday, let me just come past this, really sorry, some of you said you wanted to register yesterday, and some of you couldn't register because we didn't have a PayPal option. Here's what I'm going to do today. Please listen to what I'm now saying, because I've just made an executive decision. Yesterday, we said that we would give 20 people all those bonuses if they upgrade to the VIP. Here's what we're going to do. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm now going to remove the 20. So anybody who goes for the VIP now, you're all going to get the bonuses. So please log down or take a picture of what's on the screen at the moment. If you're going to pay by credit card, it's going to be bit.ly/superchargeyourlife5day. If you're going to pay with PayPal, it's going to be bit.ly/superchargeyourlife/PayPal. I want to go through just very quickly what the VIP is, very quickly again, questions around either relationships or Supercharge Your Life, or any questions that you've had in the previous days. Because I want to make sure now that you came here and I give you more than what you came here. This is how I've wired myself up. I will always over-deliver. I'll always go and give more than I promise, every single time. And what I want you to be able to feel is that, and understand, is that if you go for the VIP, you could do general for £69. It's a no-brainer. Nothing should stop you now from committing to your greatness. So what I want you to understand is, how is the relationship between you and your mind, or you and your gut, or you and your heart? So let's go through it quickly. So usually, Supercharge Your Life, it would be, if you came to the live event, it would cost you £997. It cost you £1,000. We're not even asking for half of that price. We are giving an ultra special price, £69 for general admission. Now, for the VIPs, it's only going to be £147 for 2 full-on days. It's fully interactive. You'll be going through process after process. It's not just dumping more information in your mind. This is about connecting you to the best version of yourself. To that, we need to open you up to the spiritual realm. Now, for that, there's a journey that I got gifted by the Grand Master of Europe. He actually came and lived in my house, in my London house for 6 months. He gifted me this process to be able to share with other VIPs. If this wasn't lockdown, the only way that you would get this process is to invest about £350. We're gifting this one process to you, and you get to keep the recording. So on the Monday morning, the day after Supercharge Your Life, between 9:30 and 11, I want to guide you where you're going to go to your sacred temple. Everyone has their own temple. In this temple, you get to connect with God, the universe, source energy, our creator, whatever name you want to call it. You are a creation, and there is a bigger creative force that we're going to get you tapped into, and it is life-changing. Also that day, we're going to go through a review and relearn, and I've put both of the links on the screen. The one in orange is for credit cards, the one in blue is for PayPal. So you will have to select which one of these you want to go for. Now, of course, I want to suggest go for the VIP, because now you've got a chance to experience what VIPs experience. Listen to this, at a 10th of the cost. This would usually cost you £1,500 to be able, how do we know if we were signed up for the first top 20? We will let you know. So here's what I'm doing. Please listen to this. If you signed up yesterday, because on our side, if we have to learn something and grow, I'll pay for that. Now, usually we would do it for the first 20 for the VIP upgrade. Everybody who signed up for VIP yesterday, you're all going to get everything. We're going to give it to you all. Why? Because otherwise it wouldn't be fair from those of you that signed up yesterday and me giving all this stuff to the VIPs who are signing up today. So if you have gone for the VIP, you're going to get everything. We're just going to make it super easy for you. Why? Because we want to encourage you to experience life at a high level. Because I can tell you now, as soon as you get a taste for it, you're going to want more and more and more of it. And this is where you start to become this manifesting magnet, where you start to manifest in abundance, just like Simon. So now it's time for you to take this action step. So go to one of the links on there. I'll carry on going through the bonuses, and then I will be doing all questions. I'm not going to leave any questions untold. Also, on the Sunday, you're going to be gifted a live Supercharge yoga session with me. Starts at 8 a.m. on the Sunday, and we do it before the event starts. That you'll be doing as a VIP. If you're general, you'll start the event at 9 a.m. with everybody else. If you're VIP, we start at 8 a.m. and we go through a whole morning ritual. There's 3 rituals within the morning ritual. Super powerful. You're going to learn how to start each day in the most empowered way. So you set yourself up for success every single day, guaranteed. So that you're going to get as a bonus as well. Also, you're going to get a taster from my new book, The 10 Commandments of Being Supercharged. So where it says for the first 20 upgrading on the screen, forget that. Everybody who goes to VIPs, I've literally just made an executive decision. We haven't done this before. I'm just going to give it to all of you. So I want all of you to go for the VIP now. Go for the upgrade. Experience what it's like to want life at a high level, to let life feed you at a high level. Because I guarantee if you say, right, life, I'm worth it. I deserve this VIP. I'm making this investment in myself. I deserve it. I want to do it. I guarantee life will start to feed you more. And just like that child who's excited to go to Disneyland, there's going to be a part of you, because I truly believe this. We have a heart and soul connection. I truly believe that we're kindred spirits, and that in that spiritual realm, you're going to understand that I'm here to serve you at the highest levels. I'm here to give you stuff that very few people around this world can give you. And it is a life of miracles. And you'll create it yourself by being empowered. I'm not going to take your power away. I'm going to give you that empowerment so that you really fully understand it. Now, to keep you supercharged in quick ways, we're also going to give you these 10 audios. First one, are you doing what you love? What to do when you wake up, the benefits of fun exercise, the power of forgiveness, raising your standards, having an empowering future, the wonder of being a kid again, the benefits of eating live foods, trust your gut before your brain, and detoxing in a toxic world. You're going to get all of this stuff for literally just £147. The VIP bonuses alone have got a value of, £446? I can't even see it. Something along those lines. Where are we? Yeah, £446. So the bonus value alone is worth more than your investment in the actual event. That's how powerful this doing the VIP is. We want you to get VIP. We want you to get it. Yesterday we had people asking us questions, you know, what's the diamond? The diamond is usually the next level up. We'll probably introduce the next level of diamond on the next one. For now, this is the VIP option, and I highly recommend go there, grab it now, because what you're going to do is you're going to relate to a part of life, Because here's the thing, I know what you will be going through. I know that what you'll get from that event is life-changing. Because I know every step of the process of what's involved with that event. I tell you now, it will. So what does happen, at Supercharge Your Life, we help you to let go of all the stuff that is creating resistance. We help you to let go of all the stuff in life that's holding you back. Then we take you through certain processes where you'll be going through elements where we go in deeper around teaching. Like, to give you an example, around nutrition. We have to go in much deeper around nutrition to help you make better choices. For here, we created awareness that we need to make sure that you're focusing on giving the body what it truly needs. The challenge is, what people think is healthy in today's world, it isn't. You will see a tumor the size of my fist, a cancerous tumor, a tumor that would kill someone. We're going to show you using energy, this thing disappearing in 3 minutes. This is not gimmicks. This is the new wave of humanity. This is what we call stepping into what's going to become, I believe, the new superhuman race. So Supercharge Your Life is a door that is going to give you an opening so that you can start to become superhuman. And being superhuman is the new wave of humanity. The old humanity nearly killed the planet. The new wave is what saved the planet and ourselves. And in that, you get to save finances, you get to save heartache, you get to save being a victim, you get to save all these things that you just don't want, and you get to connect to a life that you do want. So, what I will do is I will be happy answering. In fact, let me just show you one more. I'll show you Rachel again. Some people have said, oh, can you play the VIP video again? So I'll play the VIP video again. Yeah, so Mom said, I've heard about that tumor. We're going to show you, at Supercharge Your Life, we're going to show you exactly, because remember, when I say one thing's going to win every single time, it's going to be energy. That energy in the tumor, in fact, let me ask you this. Do you think an energy of an illness, in fact, what do you think is more powerful? An illness or being supercharged? What do you think has more power? An illness or being supercharged? Type it in the chat. Let me see what you put it in. Yeah, of course it's being supercharged. But if you live a lifestyle that's going to break you down, all of a sudden, what you got given as health as a baby, now you've lived a lifestyle where slowly, slowly, slowly things are breaking down. I'm going to show you a lifestyle where nothing ever needs to break down. You'll still go through the dips, but you're not going to have your health break down. You're not going to have your body break down. You're not going to have your mind break down, because now you're going to be locking into a lifestyle where you're going to create the habits so that you can start to literally supercharge your life. And we cover everything: money, health, relationships, happiness, career, business. We cover the whole lot. So please do have a listen to what Rachel says, because 90% is what we're giving you off the VIP. If you was at the live event, you pay £1,500. Here, all you got to pay is £147. Please listen to a multi-millionaire, successful celebrity businesswoman, because I can tell you this, I didn't ask her for it and I didn't pay her for it. She gave it to me because she said, Skip, what you're giving people is out of this world. Here's a gift from me to you. Share it with people if you want to. So this is what we're now about to share.
You better come in with a brilliant product.
Know your market.
What's their price point?
I didn't ask that.
So you know nothing about your market.
Don't try and mislead us.
The most disrespectful pitch. Keep your cool.
Sorry, I've just gone quite lightheaded.
Get it right, and we might help your business reach the next level.
But even then, there's no promising. Dragon's Den.
Hi, I'm Rachel Elnor. I'm an entrepreneur, and you may recognise me from the series of BBC TV's Dragon's Den. And I was at Skip's event, and I have to say it was an absolutely brilliant event of really powerful, supercharged content and a really, really exciting experience. And I was lucky enough to have a VIP ticket, which meant that I was sitting right in the front row. And the great thing about having those VIP seats is the chance to chat with Skip and ask him questions and talk about all things metaphysical. I have to say, Skip is so inspirational. a great energy in the room. It's just to have that whole wave of energy behind you, and actually the energy just got more and more powerful and intense. It was absolutely a crescendo at the end of just such powerful, focus, positive vibration, and really, really inspiring, really incredible content. And I just had so many takeaways about the power of eating properly, about nutrition, about mindset. All in all, a fantastic event. I really recommend, if you can get hold of a ticket, be there, make sure you get there. You won't regret it. It's one of those life-changing, pivotal, transformational experience, and it's really something that you really must not miss.
Awesome. So there we go. I don't believe that Rachel would send that and encourage you to want to take on a VIP experience unless you knew it was going to serve you, because there's no point a entrepreneur putting themselves out there and then someone come back saying, oh my God, you gave me this advice, it was terrible. It's really good advice what Rachel's saying. So upgrade, go, you fill in the referral, whether you come from Success Resources, whether you come from Facebook, whether you come from Instagram, whether you come from YouTube, whether you come from our email list, let us know. Now, a quick question that Wendy had. She said, I missed what happened to you after your fall when you hurt your coccyx. Can you explain how you healed from that? Tomorrow, I'm going to be going into that story, because the healing didn't just happen from me. It came from the power of prayer, which came from humanity. It's a whole story that I can't wait to share with you. And there is so much power that you have, but it needs to be tapped into. It needs to be activated, because if I have that bicep, even if I've trained it, guess what? If I stop training it, what's going to happen? It will get weaker and weaker, and eventually the strength will go. As humans, we've got to learn how to create the right lifestyle habits so that our body is going to thrive and the body's not going to break down. Whether it's breaking down through acid or whether it's breaking down from an immunity point of view, we need to make sure that your body is breaking through into these higher states of consciousness so that you get the strength, the balance, the flexibility. The mind, this thing up here, so powerful if you learn how to be in control of it. Otherwise, the mind will take you in directions, and what it does is it takes you out of the present moment. You being fully alert, fully present, with all engines running in the moment, that is a human that miracles get born through. And that's what we're going to tap you into at Supercharge Your Life. So just very quickly again, I'm just going to ask you a few quick questions. What will it cost you not to do it? Will it cost you missed opportunities? Missed opportunities when it comes to money, missed opportunities when it comes to people, missed opportunities when it comes to understanding how to feed your mind, your body, your family well, or you're going to carry on slowly breaking down because you haven't got a high level of awareness. Remember, in today's world, ignorance is not bliss. So, I spent hundreds of thousands of pounds learning what gets the best results. It's yours for literally as I read it, I'm just like, I can't even believe we're letting the prices go for this cheap. £69 for general admission, VIP only 147. I can tell you now, this will be the best investment you've ever made. So, are there any questions? Donald says, I paid yesterday, well done. How does the story of the cricketer continue? Okay, great. So, the story of Yuvraj is on a protocol now where this protocol is not going to allow cancer to come back. So cancer, this is what I want you to understand. Cancer can only live in an acidic environment. I want you to understand how simple this is. There are lots of things that create the acid, but I want you to get that it's not a complex subject. But what the medical industry will do is they will complicate it. They will create a mystery around it, and they lead you down certain paths that unfortunately it feeds the system, but it doesn't feed the person with life. So we need to understand that if we get alkaline and we have alkalinity going through our blood, then you cannot get ill. But this is how delicate the situation is. You get one stressful thought, bam, that acid can come back up again. You get one stressful emotion, that acid can come back up. That's why we need to develop a ritual, daily rituals, so that throughout each day, we're doing things that get us alkaline. We're doing things that put that force of life back in ourselves. So with Yuvraj is rocking it, and he's also doing the biggest business deals he's ever done. So yeah, it's a happy ending with him, super happy ending. So let's have a look for questions then. Do we have any questions?
Hi Skip, is the general admission also 2 days?
Yes. So the question was, is general admission for £69, is that still for the 2 days? 100%. We're starting from 9 in the morning and we go till 6 every day. It may overrun a little bit, quite often it usually does. So be prepared for us to go over on time. But also, the VIPs, you just start earlier, and we have that bonus session on the Monday as well, plus you get all the bonuses as well. So for general, yes, you will get the entire experience of Supercharge Your Life for just £69. I'm telling you now, if you don't take this opportunity, I know what's going to happen. Another opportunity is going to come on your radar, and you will let it pass. What every successful person around the world does is when that opportunity that's going to help them grow and expand and become more, when it comes on their radar, they take action, they don't think about it for too long, and now they've made that decision. Winners in life make decisions fast. If you're having to think about it a lot, this is one of the reasons why you're challenged in life. Because you have to think about things and weigh it up. Oh my God, I've got to look at all the pros and the cons and all that. This shouldn't be one of those big decisions. This should be something that you feel and then you just go and take action. Because you've seen the results that I get. We know my teachings will serve you at the highest levels. Number one, from an immunity level, that has to be covered. We're going to get health as a foundation. Then we start dealing with other things so that when we focus on your money, bam, it's like the floodgates are opened and you're doing what's needed so that that money starts to flow to you. There's a science to this, and we're going to give you that science. At the same time, we're also going to make sure that you get to enjoy the journey. Because there's no point arriving at that destination. You get there and you go, oh God, is that it? God, I just chased this money and I got there. Is that it? Or I just chased having this amazing body and I got there, but is this it? It just lasts for like a few hours of that feeling, and then the feeling's gone again. Now, we want you to make sure that every time your heart beats, every time you're breathing, you start to breathe in a better quality of life. And Supercharge Your Life, I can tell you now, it's going to be your springboard to allow you to do that. In gymnastics, we'd have this thing called a springboard, and what we would do is we would run, you jump on the springboard, and it throws you onto the horse. You couldn't do the vault without the springboard. Imagine a gymnast going to try and do that vault without having a springboard. They'd never even get over the horse. Supercharge Your Life gives you that springboard so that as you're going through life, bam, you jump on that springboard, you come and join us at Supercharge Your Life, and bam, you get propelled to a greater quality of life. So, are there any more questions?
What juice are you drinking?
What juice am I drinking? Okay, so within this, it's a nice red colour. Red is good for the heart. Red helps the body to detox as well. Similar colour to your blood. Now, what we've got in this is I've got a juice where I've taken away all the fibre. So we put it in and removed all the fibre, and I'm left with kale, spinach, celery, lemon, ginger, grapefruit, but then also we've got in it this, because whichever way you look at food, all food is a shuttle system to be able to get the nutrients that are in the food into your blood. If the nutrients don't end up in your blood, the whole thing's going to be a waste of time. So we want them to end up in your blood. Now the challenge is, all the food in today's world only contains 5 to 20% of the nutritional value compared to 100 years ago. So this is why I created our Supercharged Superfood, because within one spoonful of our stuff, there's more nutritional value in this one spoon than what most people have in a week. So can you imagine if you start putting this stuff in your body again and again and again, what's going to happen to you? This is how you start to grow younger. This is how you start to have more pressure on yourself, but without breaking down, because now we're giving your body the building blocks. It's essential for the cells of your body. So I put that in every juice, every smoothie. I put that in a lot of my meals to make sure that I'm now being supercharged by what I'm putting in the body, instead of eating stuff and going into a food coma, or eating stuff and then getting tired, or eating stuff that's going to drain the body of energy, or eating stuff that's going to create acid in the body. This particular product is called alkaline protein because most of the proteins that are out there in the world, they create acid in the body and they break the body down. Our protein, it creates alkalinity, which puts life in your body. And all the good medical experts that are out there now, they're all saying that you cannot, that disease cannot live or manifest in an alkaline environment. So,
when's the new book being released?
right, the new book is, we are in discussion at the moment with, I've just got to get that new book, I've got to have editors check it, because even though what comes out of me, I channel from a higher source. When I write, I was never good at writing at school, never good at English at school. So it's all written, it's done, it just needs to be checked by editors, but it will not be, it's not going to be released at least for the next 3 months, at least the next 3 months. It could even be 6 months. So those of you that are going for the VIP, that's why I said to have that first insight in the book, it's a global exclusive. It's not available anywhere. So I would say, yeah, I can't see the book coming out before 6 months. I can't see it coming out before 6 months because we'll do it through a publisher. And through those publishers, systems have to be in place. We've got to get the publicity, we've got to get the marketing, we've got to get all their whole teams involved with it. So there's a lot of setting up for that stuff. So I hope that answers the question.
Another question: will it be recorded if we can't attend at the specified time due to time difference? Thank you, from Minette.
So Minette, we choose not to record the advanced trainings. I'll tell you why. Because there's a certain difference in energy when it comes to when we do it live or when we watch a recording. What we want is everyone going through this with us at the same time. Now, here's what I'll say. If there's a chance where you could rearrange things in your life, do that. Because we're talking about one weekend here. It's just talking about, you know, for you to go and focus. Yes, there may be some awkward stuff. There may be some resistance in reorganizing things. But if you can go in there and reorganize that weekend so that you can be free from 9 till 6 UK time, I guarantee, Monday morning, especially if you're a VIP in it, you then go for the VIP experience. Come Monday afternoon, your life is going to unfold in a very, very, very different way. So it's worth making those adjustments. It's worth making those commitments to make sure that that weekend, which is February 2021, that weekend is your weekend. This is an investment in you. So that springboard, when you it's like a diving board, you know, you jump on a springboard and boom, it catapults you up to another level. That's what Supercharge Your Life is going to do for you. So, sorry, we don't do the recordings. What we will do though is, if you want this investment at this price, and as I said, I cannot see us letting this event go for this price ever again. I just can't see it happening. Because it's just crazy. We're literally gifting this to you. It will cost us more money to gift this to you than make at that price. So grab that opportunity now. If you really can't move anything to make those dates, then what I will say is just send us an email to support@skiparcomedies.com. Say that you can't make those dates. When we get the next Supercharger Life dates, we'll then send them to you. Now, we are in talks with people from other countries where they've asked us to run life on their time zone, and all I've said to them is we need to get a certain amount of people in a certain time zone to make it worth doing that. If we do that, then no problem. I'll change my time, which means I'll deliver my event and I'll change my schedule to be able to suit you guys so that I can go and serve you at a high level. But when it's only one person at the moment, what I would suggest is Do whatever is needed to take control of your own calendar, your own diary, to say, right, this weekend is going to be my weekend. I want to be undisturbed. I want to be, nothing is going to take my attention apart from me using this to take my life to the next level and beyond. So you've asked for the dates. Where are the dates? Are the dates on here? Let's have a look. So who's asking for the dates? So Hinik is asking for the dates. Let me just see if I've got them on this slide. So do we... No, yes, they are. There you go. Oops. So do we supply a workbook for Supercharge Your Life? Yes, we do. You will have a workbook to go through on that event. That is... Patrick asked that. Is this going on for the whole challenge days? I don't understand that question. Basically, what these 5 days are about is making sure that you learn what's needed to supercharge your 2021. Tomorrow, I've told you, with the understanding of what we're going to be going through tomorrow, you're going to learn how we create a life of miracles. There's a formula to it. There's no secret. I want you creating a life of miracles so that all of a sudden you then send me a video that I can then go and share with other people to use you as an inspiration. Now, all the subjects that we've covered, remember, let's do a very quick recap. We recap and we understand that day one, all about creating the body that you deserve. Whether it's powerful, balanced, high levels of immunity, whether it's shaped in the way that you want it. You have everything to be able to do that. And I can show you exactly how to do that. We're like an artist. You can literally sculpt and reshape your body if that's something you wish to do. We've got to make sure that there are some fundamentals. We get the immunity, we get the movement, and we get the nutrition sorted. That we go into deep depth on Supercharge Your Life. Day 2, harnessing the power of your mind. Too many people's minds now are being polluted with stuff that has them believing an illusion. Again, we're going to show you at Supercharge Your Life how to literally, in a heartbeat, change all of that stuff. It takes preparation. It takes the whole weekend to be able to anchor it in, to be able to drill it in. It's really important to understand that you've been programmed in ways that are disempowering. And we want to deprogram you and rewire you in a way that now you get the force of life behind you. And it's the stuff that's making your heart beat. It's the stuff that every 3 seconds, 50,000 cells in your body die and 50,000 new ones emerge. It's that level of intelligence that we want to get you connected to. And when we get you connected to it and we start to put your heart and soul and your passion into certain things, all of a sudden you're going to wake up to a different life. Then, relationships. We've got to learn how to relate to ourselves, food, others, the planet, to relate to different seasons. Because if we don't learn how to create loving, deep, meaningful relationships, what's on the flip side of that? Toxic, life-taking relationships. That's what we've covered so far. We've gone through a lot. And remember, I will never hold back. When you got me, I will be going and giving everything I can. The challenge is now, it's for you to make the decision. For you to say, you know what, I deserve this. 69 pounds is nothing, or 147 pounds is nothing for what I'm going to gain. And here's the truth. You do have everything to gain. You got nothing to lose. Literally nothing to lose. The layout of Supercharge Your Life is done. The processes are done. All that needs to be done now is for you to commit to your own greatness. So just decide. Are you going to do VIP or are you going to do general admission? Just make that decision. Okay, so any other questions?
Yes, so Miriam has asked, is the course completely different to this 5-day challenge?
Oh my God, it's nothing like it. Nothing like it. What we've done here, so who's this, Miriam?
Miriam.
Okay, so Miriam, what we've done here is a general understanding of 5 steps that we need to take, 5 days of understanding a different subject on each day so you know what to focus on in life. For a lot of people, they don't even have this level of awareness. These 5 days are having an awareness around what's needed. Without the awareness, there's no change. Tomorrow, when we start to tap into universal power, universal intelligence, you're going to get to understand that there's a oneness to this game of life. There's something that's connecting you and me and life and the animals and the planet. There's actually a force behind this game of life, and when we tap into it, that in itself is an awakening. So what we do at Supercharge Your Life is you get to go through the processes and you get to go through the activations. We haven't done any of that stuff here. In fact, we did a little bit of a warm-up. So like when James did a warm-up, that's not really a process, but it's a mini activation so that we don't keep being up in our head, too much energy in our head. We spread it out and we use the energy of the body, the mind, and the spirit. And that is what we go through at Supercharge Your Life. When I said, you'll understand, you'll see a tumor the size of my fist disappearing within 3 minutes, where we get this process anchored in. We do it right at the start of Supercharge Your Life. We take it right through to the end. Multiple times throughout that day, we'll be anchoring in these processes. So by the time the event is done, could you imagine literally learning how to push a button within you, and you can go from a negative state, from an unresourceful state to a resourceful state, from a negative state to a positive state, from a disempowering state to an empowering state. We put you back in the driving seat, and it takes a full weekend to get that program in. It's like building a muscle. It takes time, but I've learned how to do it in a super fast time. And this is what you're going to be gifted. And there's many other things that we go through. It's going to help you to wake up to the truth. It really is. So Miriam says, oh, that is perfect. Thank you so much, because I am craving for oneness on a deeper level and true life change. That I know how to keep the momentum, as you say, anchor. This, without us connecting to the oneness, we're missing out on the truth. Because otherwise, if we don't connect to the oneness, what we connect to usually are limiting beliefs within the mind, or mechanisms or programs within the mind. So I can tell you now, Miriam, this is just what you're looking for. I'm so glad that you're here through these 5 days so that this can introduce you to Supercharge Your Life. And as I said, we made the investment as low for everyone as possible because of lockdown. We would never let this event go for this little amount. And when obviously out of lockdown, we'll be back to, charging the normal prices. So please go for this offer. Go for this deal. Go for it, because as I said, you've got nothing to lose, everything to gain, because I'm only here to serve you at the super highest levels. So Brid says, thank you, Skip. It was very interesting. Nicole says, yes, I am waiting to be approved as well. I'm guessing that will be in the Facebook group. So everybody, please come and join us. Make sure that you've joined us on all the social media channels as well, on Instagram, on Facebook, at Skip Archimedes Live, at YouTube. Please make sure that you've joined us on those platforms. So, oh my God, I've literally just seen the time. I am so sorry. We've literally just gone an hour, well, at least half an hour over. So I do apologize. Because I'm so respectful of people's times, because the reason I say that is time is our most valued asset. We can get health back, we can get money back, we can get love back, we can get relationships back, we can get all that stuff back. The only thing we can't get back is time. And that's why I value your time at the highest level. And I can tell you now, by investing in Supercharge Your Life, those 2 days, not like 2 hours, those 2 days, we get so much done in those 2 days, because we can keep building and building and building and building. And it will be probably unlike most things that you've gone through when it comes to learning things in how to live a better quality of life. So I really do thank you for being here today. As I said, tomorrow is actually the most powerful subject to learn. We were connected with it instinctively when we were children, but most people, as they get older and older, they start to lose it. And we're going to start to connect to this universal intelligence, but with a mature mind. And when we have that breathe through us, and now we have a mind where we can choose where to focus it, oh, this is how you get to take something from the fabric of your mind and pull it into this reality. And it can be anything. Cars, boats, helicopters, houses, adventures, clothes, stuff. Whatever you want in the material world, you can have it all. But we want to make sure that your heart and soul are fueled up in the process as well, because in that way, you get to breathe more life through you by you expanding and becoming more at the same time. So we're here to hold your hand on force of life at the highest levels. So have a beautiful day, everyone. From myself, James, Ben, and the team. Can we still purchase tomorrow? I'm doing that VIP offer for today. I'll have to sit down with the team and let you guys know. So if you want to do it on PayPal, just click the blue link. It's bit.ly/superchargerlife PayPal. If you're doing it with the credit card, it's bit.ly/superchargerlife 5day. So can I have the link for the credit card payment? I think it's in the chat. It is written on the screen. So what I would say is take a picture of what's on the screen at the moment so you can see that.
Put the link in the chat.
And the link is in the chat. So they've got both links in the chat for you. Please copy paste those links. And I'm waiting for contact Skip and Jane's team. You don't need to contact our team. You just need to simply click the link and everything is done online. This is the beautiful thing about having systems. We can leverage other people in other ways where their skills and their talents can be used in more empowering ways to serve people at super high levels. Those people that want to take it, this is ready for you. Now work out, are you going to make a decision from being a victim or are you going to make a decision from being a victor? If you're a victor, you're happy, you're balanced, you're peaceful, and you are present. A victim will find something to complain about, it will point the finger, it will blame, it will find every reason why not to take action. So just decide who you want to be, a victim or a victor, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow for what I promise is going to be the most powerful session out of these 5 days. So have a beautiful day. For those of you, we're going to be live on Facebook in 28 minutes for the Midday Miracle Message. So come and join us on Facebook at Skip Archimedes Live. I'll be there for about 5 or 10 minutes on that message. For those of you that are in Connect Now, I'll be seeing you at 1 p.m. and 6:30 p.m. For those of you that are in Club Supercharge, we'll be seeing you at 7:30 tomorrow morning, and James will be doing his workout with you tomorrow at 5 o'clock. So we look forward to seeing you on any one of those platforms. So from now till then, from myself and the team, we all love you. Live strong, live healthy, live long. Make sure you live now. For now, we're out of here.